Alright, we are back once again. I'm trying a game review. I've never really done anything like this before. I usually do live recordings. So we're going to see how this works. You see, we're playing Aatrox top, particularly the new one. This is on one of my Smurf accounts. No, I'm Viz. The elo of this one right now is about mid to high gold, those little low plat sprinkled in. And so, not the highest quality gameplay, but it's a little bit below what I normally play at. I had a recording on my main, which is around Plat 3. However, the recording got corrupted and I no longer have the replay file, which sucks. So we're going to be against an Irelia. So that's going to be... Yeah, I was DC at the start of the game. My client crashed. But actually, I get to Irelia's matchup. I don't find it too particularly difficult. Especially if you choose to rush Bork, that can make fighting really easier. It's not going to be necessarily easy, but easier. You do have to be careful with it because it really does have a whole lot of burst damage, so it's best to be really safe with that. So we walk in the lane. It's good to note that my starting out was a Doran's Blade with the health potion, just basic stuff. Yeah, we're seeing last. So you see, I get 3 stacks of my passive, and I kind of just sit there. At level 2, I usually take E, but this time I was going to take Q, see if I can all in and cheese her. But she hit level 2 at the same time I did, so I was like, nah. And this is pretty much what you want to do when you play Aatrox. You want to get 3 to 4 stacks. When your opponent looks for a trade or the CS, you punish them by jumping on them. That will give you 1 stack of your passive. Then you use your third W, which will give you another stack. And there you go. You can do stuff like that. And I choose to take Ignite in 90% of my lanes. Other times I will take Exhaust. I'm not too big of a fan of Teleport, especially in solo queue, because I've lost a lot of lanes on not really on Aatrox, but on a bunch of other champions. Where like I would look to TP gank bot or somewhere and it doesn't end up too well. I end up really far behind and my lane is just screwed. So unless I know my bot lane, I don't really like taking Teleport. It's worth mentioning that I'm dual queue with the jungler, the Gragas. So he's gonna be helping me out, be out a little bit. So see, I got first blood. I trade my passive for it. She used both her summoners, and I used my Ignite to secure the kill. And I forgot what item I rushed this game. Still, even though I watched it twice. I think I went for a TM at first. I went for a Bork, but I'm pretty sure I went for a Bork this game. So she shoved the lane back to me, and I'm like, all right, I must do what I can to freeze it here. If you watch my other videos, you know I'm more of a jungler than a top laner. So my lane management may not be the best. For all you top lane mains, please feel free to help a brother out here. Also, my last thing is also atrocious. So a jungle main. So I'm sorry if that hurts your eyes. So once again, you see I get back up to 3 stacks. I just kind of sit there for a while. Now, with the whole stack-based system, how fast it drains, a lot of times it will involve you having to shove the wave back out. That's just something you're gonna have to trade off. And since I did manage to freeze the wave outside my tower for a while, it really just pushed the wave, came back, didn't really get much. See here, she gets all fancy, try to dash drop my minion wave. I didn't have my passive stack, and I wasn't really looking to scrap right there. You see, she bought the same thing along sword, so we're pretty but I do have the level advantage. And at 6, you can all in most champions when Aatrox hits 6. So we're just in here last hitting. See, I go in for a little trade. Nothing really happened. I was really just getting really antsy. Like, oh, this is getting boring. I'll see if I can fight her, like push her out at the very least. But you see, that didn't quite happen. So I ward up because this Warwick has been attempting to gank me the first time, didn't work out too well. I see that he's mid lane. I see that he walks top lane. So that's why I tend to walk out towards the bush, towards the top side. Like, okay, he's probably hovering around here somewhere. You see my jungler is also moving towards her. Like, alright, he's definitely around here somewhere. He used to the plant, we spot him. And since Warwick's only level 4, I'm level 6, and our jungler's level 5. So we find this to be a very easy fight. We're just gonna chase him down. I pop my ult. The burst, get my third strike, then kill him. And my jungler KS's. And he's officially disowned. So I blew my ultimate for that. So I do lose a little bit of power in the lane. So I thought she was gonna try to jump on me immediately. I had my jungler next to me, but still would have been a little sketch. But luckily she just used her ultimate to shove out the wave and then just back. Alright, so she just gave me this whole wave for free. And I'm not arguing with that. So I see her, I'm attempting to push out the lane as fast as I can before she gets back. I don't think I was aware that her teleport was still down, so I think maybe I was trying to force out her TP, even though she doesn't have a TP to force. What she bought? She just bought health potions and a cloth armor. There you go, and I finished my cutlass, so I am going for a Bork first. See, I'm still down in CS. Like I said, I'm more of a jungler instead of a top laner, so my CS is going to be really shady. Their Warwick solo dragon set lets me know, like, alright, I'm pretty good for now. Warwick's not going to be here anytime soon. And if anything, it's going to be looking bot, which he is, because they got dragon, so they have objective control. Oh, right here. Now this right here, this is when you play Aatrox, like, oh damn, I wish I was playing someone else. But you see, she just all in me, she burned everything. She used her ultimate, her EQ, hit me with all of her W's, and got me to really low. But she didn't have just enough burst to get me out. I just jumped out. Now I'm down to below half, and she's just shoving in the wave to me. It's like, alright, I can work with this. I have health potions, and I have cutlass and my W, so I'm just going to heal up. But then I realized, like, wait, oh no, I was about to jump in right there, but she activated her W. It's like, alright, I'm gonna let that run out. I'm gonna heal up with that W. I use my E to get one more stat. And then there we go. I just go all in. Use my ignite. She flashes, I flash. Get the kill. And alright, she typed in all chat as soon as they had, like, hey man, I was just playing. Like, we ain't about that life around these parts. But one of the reasons I went for that solo kill, and I knew I was a bit safer in the top side, was because the jungler did choose to solo dragon. And since our bot lane was really pushed up after they just gained dragon, even though Warwick was still down there, our bot lane was pretty susceptible to a gank. And once I saw Warwick on the tri-bush, where I just knew it was all the better to go for. So I forced her TP back because she would have missed way too many waves. I'm still behind in CS, so it's not good I am with the top laner. So she gets Phage, and I get my recurve bow. Yeah, I'm up by about 700 Gs, maybe a little bit less. So I was sitting at a comfortable lead. I still need to work on my CSing, so I'm sorry if that hurts you a lot. Oh, this one, my boy pings me like Warwick's at blue buff. I didn't know he was that low, so I just used the plant and KS with the cutlass. So now I'm super fair right now. I can fight anyone I choose. But for now, I'm just gonna try to freeze the wave a little bit, because I know Irelia can't fight me. So if she gets anywhere near me, we're gonna have some beef. That's why she sits really far back. Now, instead of just putting a ward right there in the tri-bush, I could have gotten a bit more aggressive and put it a lot deeper in the jungle, like next to one of the plants, next to his Wraiths or Krugs. You know, see, I still try to sit there at 3 to 4 seconds. That is the most important part, because that's what gives you the trading pressure. She goes in for a little trade, and since my passive was up, yeah, it was pretty much I had 3 to 4 stacks, E, W, and that gave me the rest of my stacks. So I was able to go in just fine and trade back a little bit. Yeah, so she finished Ninja Tabbing her dagger. I see Warwick's up here, so I go, I'm out. And I let my jungler know, like, hey, Warwick was last seen top lane. So, like, you know, be careful. He's allowed to take us some of his jungle. So I just go back to last tank. You see that Warwick is in mid lane, so I know I'm decently safe. but my jungler decides to go for the wolves, even though he just saw him at mid and he dies for it. And that's the one thing about Irelia, really just about Irelia in general, no matter if you're above her or not, you try to jump on her engage, she just ease and walks away. Like, there's not much you can do about that. That's just the champion itself. I'm sitting trying to last it. I can't, as you know, since I don't have TP, I can't really TP nowhere, so I'm just kind of stuck up here, looking at the Irelia as we're both CSing. So I go back, get my full blade, and outside of full blade, this is when I'm probably gonna start roaming just a little bit more, and I know I can finally just walk ahead, get this tower, because I know that she can't do anything. They just got Dragon again, and they're really a TP bot. So it's like, alright, this is free for me. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this tower. I still decided to stay at 3 to 4 stacks here, just in case someone like wandered top while I'm taking it. Then I quickly looked at it and I was like, oh wait, no, they're all here and 2 people just died. So I'll just activate my passive and my ult at the same time. Give me that huge burst of attack speed to finish taking that tower. Now someone said, oh, you could TP now. Like, not much I could have TP'd. Like, if I TP'd, I wouldn't be able to do that much. Like, we ended up coming out pretty ahead anyway, because our Jhin and Zed managed to clean up when they were trying to shove mid. But, Victor is actually decently strong. He has high burst, so that was going to stun me. I was going to get Warwick ulted. It was just would have been bad times all around. I decided to finish my Ninja Tabby, because Irelia's an auto attacker, Warwick's an auto attacker, Caitlyn's auto attacker. Reduce as much damage as I can. I could have opted for Merctress if I wanted to, because they do deal a decent amount of magic damage as well. See, we're shoving mid. I said we can probably dive here. So my jungler goes in, fucks up his ult, but we landed Jhin W. Okay, I go in, activate my ult, E, and I get all 3 stats. Well, not E, but I do get my 3rd strike with my Q. And so we jump with the Victor, kill him. I ignite Warwick before he gets the chance to ult, because I've played a whole lot of Warwick, and I know he can heal for a lot if he manages to get his ult off this early in the game. So I just decided to ignite him, reduce the healing as much as I can, and we traded three lives with them, no, 4, and we get tower. And the only thing we really lost was my passive, and I jumped through. You see, they're a little upset. They're spam pinging the Irelia quite a lot. So I just go back to base, go for a Generous Fist. I'm going for a Frozen Mallet after this. I do like the Frozen Mallet on Aatrox, especially since the new health scaling on his W. I find, especially for some of the slippery AD carries, like Caitlyn, like you jump on her, she just like ease away and like you can't catch her no more. The Frozen Mallet helps out with that a lot. Yeah, I decided to go back to the split pushing, and then you see three of our peoples die, and we lose tower. So it was actually and we lose second tier, but I only got first tier. And I think it was the Zed or the Jhin was like, you got a group. And normally I would agree, but our team actually started the fight. Our Zed went in, and it was not pretty, so that's why I a little paused there for a second. I see Fire Drake's coming. I feel like we can fight for it. Irelia's top. But alright, let's go. How do we fuck it up? We lose the smite fight. I jump in, dude's already dead. I managed to get my pass off. I managed to kill Thresh, but like after that, there's not much I can do. I got hit by a Caitlyn trap, came out of my passive. Like I can't really do much about that. In hindsight, I really shouldn't have just jumped in the first place. Like once we lost Dragon, should just said screw it, or at least I should have run to the left or the right to jump on the actual backline instead of trying to jump in on the Warwick, who's really, he's really meh. I should have opted to jump on more of their back line instead of trying to jump in on the front line at that particular skirmish. And other times, that is actually what I prefer, to jump in on their front line and get my stacks on the front line and then transfer back to the back line with my stacked passive. So I finished my Frozen Mallet, So those who can usually kite me, like Caitlyn, Victor, they're gonna have a harder time kiting me. So I can get that constant slope, and plus the health is really nice. The health stacking build I actually really like. This one I've been going to a lot. Oh, this play right here. Here's some LCS shit right here. You see, they try to make a Baron rush, and I don't know why. They didn't have too much vision. They don't have any vision in our jungle. So they don't know that we're watching them the entire time. As I see them like, hey, let's go. And my boy comes in clutch, steals it. I jump in the back line. Caitlyn flash. And this is just a one fight. I was gonna E and all in Thresh, but I see the Victor's trying to like walk away. You know, Victor's much more worth it than Thresh because Victor can actually clear waves while Thresh can't. So that wasn't the best play by them. Them trying to rush Baron, especially without any proper vision. And we properly punished them for it because our boy came in clutch with the smite. We managed to follow up really well on with the fight. And so since we already had a pretty big wave coming up top, we just decided to come up, get the tower. Pretty much from here on out is pretty blatant, like they can't fight us at all. Go back to base. We got what up out here? Another generous fist. I think I went for a Titanic Hydra with that other fist. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I went for another. Yep, no, definitely. No, Gauge. I'm so sorry. I went for Asterix Gauge. I really should have this build right now. I'm going for Asterix Gauge next. Oh, this is cute. So what just happened? I really just went here to clear out this ward, and we're really powerful. They can't do anything to us. So I put down control ward here, and I put down ward here. I'm killing their control ward here. I see the Thresh and the Irelia come. I was like, all right, they're trying to fight me. I see Warwick come down to this side. Okay, these guys look like they're feeling the scrap. Since Thresh expects me to walk this way, I just stand right here. He misses the hook, and when I come back out walking, I see Warwick sitting here alone, trying to kill that ward. Now I know these two are still back here, but I see my jungler right here and the Jhin right here, and Karma's down here, and I think her redemption is off cooldown. Yeah, her redemption is off cooldown. So I know we can fight, especially since I'm really strong. So I engage on with the E, get stacks. I could have waited a little bit to activate my ult so I could get my stacks, so I could get more stacks. And then it's just an all-out fight. Now I could have jumped over to the Caitlyn. I don't know why I used my heal there. I could have just walked over and used Blood Price. See, I get 2 kills with my E. I end up getting the quadra kill. And this is when I get really greedy. Now this is where I could have picked up the penta, but I fucked up right here by jumping over the wall with my Q. Was my ward available? I don't think my ward was available because this is my ward right here, so I think it's still on cooldown. So by me jumping over the wall, I know Victor is in this bush. Like I know that he's in there. So I could have just walked this way, or just jumps right over here so I can actually get close to him. But since I used my Q all the way back here, he's going to see me coming. I miss my E because I'm bad, and then I get my hit, but his W comes up, edge, stunned, and I die. Could have gotten Benta, got a little bit too greedy for it, and I jumped over at the wrong place, wasting a pretty big cooldown. You get some pentas, you lose some pentas. Luckily, RZ was pushing bot the entire time. He gets the bot in him, and we managed to get mid tower. Nice flash, bro. And that's it. Yeah. So they just chased really hard. Not much you can really do. You could say they could have left earlier, but they really wanted to secure the tower, which they did. So it's not all is lost. I finally managed to get my gauge. Now I'm going for Titanic Hydra. I'm not too big of a fan of Titanic Hydra, especially with the old Aatrox. But right here, I'm pretty strong. Zed's coming. We just straight up go for a 2v2, annihilate him. I thought my third W would kill her, but she got a last minute heal from her W passive, and I thought Zed was gonna die. Luckily, he did not. But back to the Titanic Hydra, I'm not too big of a fan of it, especially with the old Aatrox, because when you get the really high attack speed flowing, and you try to use the passive of it, I mean not the passive, the active as an auto attack reset, it doesn't really work. Like it brings you back to your base attack speed. I think I read. By the way, it completely ruins your attack speed of animation. You attacking really fast, like bop bop bop, and you activate it, and then you stutter, and then you go back to attacking. I've died many times that way. But so I've been trying it with this new tankier build. The health component is nice, and I like the Tiamat itself for the wave clear. The Titanic itself, I'm just not that hip to. So we're trying to get the mid end him now. Listen, so they come out to try to defend. Our jungler gets hooked, and they blow the Warwick ult on him in the Thresh box. However, he manages to escape with Flash E. Our Zed goes back into the fight, and he ults. Looks like the Caitlyn. And so I'm like, alright, let's fight this. This is very important. I get my stacks on the Warwick first. So I'm walking in with 4 stacks. I fully get 5 stacks. And the Thresh brings me closer to the Caitlyn. Jump, get my blood price. Slow down Victor, and I just started smacking Thresh. Now I do get question ping, because I thought my team had Victor a lot easier. I thought he would be dead by now. So I started getting question pings. But I pushed Thresh out the fight. We managed to clean the Irelia and the Victor. And then from here, we just straight up finished the game. So this is more of a test. I've never really done a game review. This is more so for the channel and to help myself learn better. As I'm going to try to hit Diamond. I'm already at Plat 3. And I'm hoping to kind of push myself a little bit harder. And so leave, like, comment, see how you like it, any improvements. Any of those you cats out there who have done it, feel free to let me know how to improve. I know this wasn't the highest quality gameplay. Like I said, I had a gameplay that was actually really good. I really liked it. It's how I like to play personally the new Aatrox on my main account. However, the replay file got corrupted, so I'm not able to retrieve it. But I will definitely see what I can do. So thanks, and be sure to drop by. Peace.